Yeah. So, I mean, a lot has happened in the last like 4 months. Cherie and I really just started working together consistently in like February. So we've really only been working together for about 4 months, like 3 months total for like the main like bulk of the work. And then the last couple of months we've been touching base and, tuning in here and there. But the bulk of this like reintegration work was just like 2 to 3 months. And I would say I've noticed most of the shifts really happening over the last like 2.5 months, and just as everything's settling. I used to hate looking in the mirror, and I just like couldn't bear to look at myself. It was like always just judgment and criticism, and like I would like feel depressed like looking at myself in the mirror. And I've come a long way in that regard. I'm finding a lot more self-love than I've ever felt in my life. Considering, the abuse started when I was very young and went until I was a teenager. I've been dealing with a lot of self-hatred like my entire life. So it's very new to start to be in a place of not feeling that, and feeling just softer in my body, and not as like harsh and critical of myself. I'm noticing like a radiance in my skin a lot more. I'm actually digesting food better. Like I've had digestive challenges for years, and all of a sudden I'm digesting foods that I haven't been able to digest well in like 4 or 5 years. So I feel all of like my bodily systems are functioning at a new space. I have a willingness to take care of myself in a new way. There was a time when things were not super bad. Like I was just like functioning. Like I wasn't really anywhere near thriving, or I wasn't just surviving. Like I was like just over that hump. And but I like wasn't taking care of myself. I was like little things, like I like didn't want to brush my teeth, or like I had always had trouble with like smoking and drinking, and it was just an uphill battle with all of these things. And I finally have like it's just this click. It was like this switch where all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I care about myself. Like I really actually care, and I want to do really good things for myself and my body. And it's like I haven't felt that in a really long time, and it just kind of like has happened. Like it's all of a sudden I'm just noticing that there's this level of care and acceptance that feels really supportive and really empowering, and very feminine, which is super important for me as a woman, to feel empowered in that femininity. I am walking a lot taller. I used to like slouch a lot. I'm very tall anyway, but so that was kind of posture that I learned early on in life. But I've had this like conscious shift of just opening up. And I actually left a job that wasn't paying me well enough and wasn't supporting me and giving me the opportunities that I deserve, with all my gifts and my talents. That happened just a few months ago. And then after I left this job, I got an opportunity to go travel for a couple of months, which is something I've wanted to do for years. So now all of a sudden, like, I feel this momentum of things manifesting in my life, simply because I'm like believing in a self-worth that I've never believed in. So I would say those are some of the like biggest shifts. And then just this like complete wiping away of like the panic and anxiety that I was just constantly operating under for a long time, is gone. Like I have these moments where it kind of pops up again, just because of the emotions that I'm still working through. But in terms of like operating in the world under this constant anxiety, like that's gone. That's like not even here anymore. So yeah.